Hey there, Nugget lovers! I'm here today with just another quick little video. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you subscribe. The link, the subscribe button's down here. Make sure you press it and hit the little bell icon. You get notifications every time I upload a new video. So today's video is all about grace. Grace is not an enabler, but in fact a chain breaker. In the Bible, it says that all have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God. But also in the Bible, it says that Jesus became sin, that he who knew no sin became sin, so that we might become the righteousness of God through him. Okay, grace is obtained by faith through Jesus, through the sacrifice that he made on the cross. Okay, the sacrifice that he made was that he died on the cross, went to hell for 3 days, and came up, rose again from the dead, and then went into heaven, right? And put his blood on what used to be the judgment seat. But then it became, when he put his blood on it, the throne of grace. Okay? So grace is a very powerful thing. And grace was given to us by God through Jesus, through faith. Okay? Grace. That's how we get grace. Grace is not an enabler, but in fact a chain breaker. My earlier statement. That was my earlier statement. Okay, this is how. Because of grace, by faith through Jesus, we now have the ability to say no to sin. And because we are no longer a slave to sin, we can say no to those little thoughts that pop up in our head that are sent by the devil, or that our flesh just has naturally because we live in a fallen world, in a broken world, right? But because of grace, we now have the ability to say no to sin, right? And to say yes to Jesus. Because of this, the ability to say no to sin, we now have a whole new level of life. Jesus came to give life more abundantly, life and life more abundant. Us to grow, to prosper, to have a good life, right? And because of this, no longer being a slave, we have the ability to do that now. We can make good decisions, clear choices, and no longer be addicted to sin. Because sin is pleasurable for a season, but its reward is death. Okay? So we have the ability now to say no to sin through Jesus, by faith, because of grace. Because we are now the righteousness of God through Christ Jesus. We are the righteousness of God. Let that sink in there for a minute. The righteousness of God. That is right standing with him. We now have the ability to approach the throne boldly and ask for what we need to pray to him. And prayer isn't just us asking for stuff, but it's a communication with God. To just, like, you would talk to your mother, your father. You didn't have that, maybe a friend, an aunt, an uncle with respect, but still with that close family bond. Okay? Because we are loved by the Father. And that's what it boils down to, is that he loved us. So he sent Jesus to die on the cross and pay our penalty, so that we could receive him by faith and get grace and become the righteousness, his righteousness. So remember to live loud, have fun, and eat nuggets. That God can, he will, and he is doing something great to you, for you, and through you every single day. I'll see you next time.